Hello Rangers, we are back with another build video. It's a brand new one. It's something I don't really test, and it's the Ghoul. I found it to be, something. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised by the Ghoul build. I'm really enjoying it. I never thought I would have turned over to the Ghoul side. I always thought sticking with human side was a lot more beneficial, but the Ghoul side is really surprising. It's extremely tanky. It's got huge AP benefits. It's got some really nice quality of life improvements as well. There is pros, there is cons to this build, but we're going to get into it. And so I've not seen a lot of Ghoul Commando videos out there, and there's not a lot of people fully explaining the Ghoul builds. Really, they're all like raiding Ghoul builds, but this one's a daily driver. It's go around, do your daily quest, do your activities, do your grunt hunts, do your head hunts, and it's just not hyper focused on raiding. As I see, a lot of build videos are all hyper focused on raids, but this build could potentially put you through a raid, but I'm more focusing on the nice quality of life, walk around, have a great time, Ghoul build. So here we go, it's the Ghoulish Commando build for 2026. I'm really excited to show you this one and show you what I've done with this. There will need to be some sort of changes on this build going down the line. But what we have right now really works, and I'll show you how it really works. Obviously, people do give me feedback on what I should change for extra benefits, but remember, this is a full-fledged raid build. It's more of a quality of life build, and it does heavy damage, and it takes out the enemies. So let's get straight into the specials. We have Strength out of 10, a Perception out of 10. It's a weird one, guys, get ready. We have an Endurance out of 10, a Charisma out of 3, an Intelligence out of 3, an Agility out of 10, and a Luck out of 10. Feel free to pause in this moment just to take it all in. Yeah, it's pretty much a basic one, as you can see, 10 10s all across the board and 3 3s. It's a really simple one to remember. We will need to change this over time, but remember, this is more of a quality of life build, and it's really nice. And you'll see, it's really nice build, and it's extremely tanky, and the AP is fantastic. So, let's get into the perk cards. We'll go into legendary perk cards first, and let's start from the top. We've got a Perception at a rank 4 plus 5, a Strength at a plus 5 rank 4, a Luck at a rank 4 plus 5, we have an Endurance at a rank 4 plus 5, Agility at a rank 4 plus 5, and then we have Taking 1 for the team. Enemies take 40% more damage when they attack you. Feel free to pause at any moment just so you can take those legendary perk cards in there. Perception, Strength, Luck, Endurance, Agility, and Take 1 for the team. I will be changing this down the line. I think I'm going to change Strength down the line. I'm really thinking of that, changing it out. Can't unequip that right now, but let's view the legendary cards. I'm probably going to put Action Die on down the line to reduce how feral you are. So it's sort of self-maintaining the feral meter, because we're never going to be glowing on this Ghoul build. So I probably will put Action Die in down the line. Another one, if you are melee or something like, when feral or glowing perk abilities cost up to 30% less glow. And then no, definitely down the line, I'm going to go Action Die on there. Definitely going to put that in down the line. But yeah, as you can see, we will need to change this down the line, but right now, it's a really nice build. You're going to see how nice it is. So let's get into the perk cards. Obviously, I have a lot of quality of life perk cards as well inside here. A lot of them are because I like the carry weight. I like to roam around a lot. And remember, this is not just a raid build, it's an all-round build. So let's start from the top as always. You've got the strong back. It will cost you 2, gain more carry weight based on your strength. We've got the easy target at plus 75% range damage to cripple targets. We'll be crippling again. We love crippling, just like the full health commando. We'll be crippling for that extra damage. We've got Barbarian, gain damage resistance based on your strength, doubled when not wearing armor. We've got the sturdy frame, armor weighs 50% less than normal. That's more of a quality of life thing for me. But we can change that out down the line and reduce the points in strength and move it somewhere else. We've got the scatter shot, 20% of the damage dealt to limbs is applied to all limbs in your target, so we're spreading the limb damage and we're spreading the damage across all the body. We've got Bandolier, ballistic weapon, ammo weighs 90% less, that's quality of life again. I like to carry a lot of 45s in this Elder's Mark, we're running this build as usual for the meta, so I like to carry a lot. The more I can carry, the less I have to go and visit back to my camp. We've got the pack rat at the weight of all junk items reduced by 50%, quality of life again. We've got the arms keeper, your weapons weigh 75% less, so you can essentially carry more weapons with this build and mix and match. So you can carry the Dom Pedro on the side, carry that. The Dom Pedro has just been modified as well, so there's a lot more quality in using the Dom Pedro right now, so you can mix in the Elder's Mark and the Dom Pedro at the same time. For perception, it finishes at 15. We've got a number crutcher. Your weapons have 2% increased damage per AP cost. You're going to be doing a lot of AP. You have a lot of AP with this build, so that number is going up with more damage. We've got the Downranger, you do plus 20% rain damage to far enemies. We've got the Tormentor, you deal 20% more damage per crippled limb your target has. That'll marry back up with Scattershot and Easy Target right there. So all that damage is spreading around, especially on boss enemies. You're going to be causing a lot of harm. We've got the Tank Killer, your range weapons ignore 40% of armour, meaning you're penetrating the armour and doing more damage. We've got the Concentrated Fire at the rank 1. Focus fires gain 1% accuracy and damage per shot. I have a lot of FATS quality of life perks on here, just to improve FATS accuracy and stuff. So we've got the awareness, gain more FATS accuracy based on your perception. And again, we've got Eyes of the Hunter. Your vision grants plus 25% accuracy in FATS from a longer distance. I just like to have that extra FATS right there. Extra on top for that extra guarantee because those criticals and using our FATS. Next we have the Life Giver finishing at the 15. We've got Life Giver gain more HP per point in endurance, so it's going to be maxed out there with the 15. We've got the Ironclad armor provides 25% more protection, double div wearing a matching set. We are doing Secret Service on this one because I believe Secret Service is still a really nice build for this. I have seen a lot of people not using Secret Service for Ghoul, but trust me, use Secret Service. That extra damage protection there, especially as a Ghoul, really helps. It makes you more tanky. Next we have Fireproof, take 45% less damage from explosions and flame attacks. Beautiful perk card there. As you see, it's quality of life. We want to be tanky and we want to be a tanky Ghoul as well. So we want to marry up the full commando with this as well. We've got the Starch Genes. You'll never mutate from Rads and Radaway will never cure mutations. Now, it's speculation about this one that you don't really need Starch Genes for Ghouls, but what if you make the mistake, you will go through Radiation Shower by mistake, you may use a Radaway by mistake, you will still lose your mutations. There is a chance that happens, so why run the risk of not having Starch Genes? Because you can't mutate anymore when you're a Ghoul. Whatever mutations you have now are fixed in place, but you will still lose them. So I like to keep Starch Genes on as a guarantee. So if a mistake does happen, you're not like, oh my god, where's my mutation gone? So this is why I keep Starch Genes on the Ghoul build. I see a lot of people don't, but I like the insurance of keeping my mutations. So there you go. We got the Thick Skin, one of our second Ghoul cards. Ghoul cards are on the Ghoul build. So we have Thick Skin. You take 10% less damage from ballistic attacks. No weapon damage, no power armor. So there you go. You'll be taking less damage from the people using the guns, especially the super mutants, especially the turrets, especially in the grunt hunts as well. A lot of people use ballistic weapons in the grunt hunts. So there you go. You're taking less damage. We've got the Glowing Gut, irradiated food and drink grants 300% more rads. So you have to use less to get your rads back up. As you'll see, the health bars completely changed. You like sort of got like 2 health bars now, and you want to stay as irradiated as possible. Stay as tanky, and you don't have to use as much glowing juice on this build. Real quick on the charisma, because the Ghouls are not very charismatic, as you can see in the TV show. We only have 3 in charisma, but we've got the strange in numbers. Positive mutations effects are plus 25% stronger if teammates mutated too. That's an absolute guarantee, so we share that one just in case. We got the Tenderizer. Each attack makes your target take increased damage, more damage, better rewards. And next, intelligence at the 3. We've got the Scrapper for obtain more components when you scrap weapons and armor. Good with Soap, because we'll be carrying a lot of food in the inventory. So we want it to spoil less, and obviously we'll carry a lot of juice and stuff like that, glowing juice. glowing goo, just so we can get that extra benefit of having as much rads as possible. And it doesn't cost too much to maintain a Ghoul build, so that's why I understand people are very scared of running the Ghoul build. But trust me, the downsides of the Ghoul build, you'll see later, it's not that much. It's really not that much. So there we go. And we got agility, real important part. Agility for that max AP we're going to be getting on this build. Let's go straight in at 15. We got modern renegade, small guns, game percent, 30% hip fire, accuracy, and plus 75 limb damage. So you know it's fat, so you're not aiming down that sight. Boom, extra damage straight on top to the limbs there. Next we have Gunslinger, your ranged weapons do plus 12% damage to weak spots. We'll be aiming for those weak spots with that extra damage right there at the rank 3. We've got the Gunslinger Expert, plus 1 ranged weapon spot damage on weak spots per onslaught stat, plus 3 map stats. We've got a plus 1 reload speed, onslaught stats, plus 3 map stats. That's the Gorilla Expert. Gorilla Master, plus 5 range damage to close enemies per onslaught stat, plus 5 map stats. Packing Light, your action points regenerate faster when not over encumbered, and trust me, you'll rarely be over encumbered on this build now. Rarely. So you do it at AP, AP, AP. AP is so important. We want that infinite AP. The more AP we have, the longer we're spending fats, the quicker we get out of the situations, the more critical hits we can do. We've got Evasive there, just for the chances that we are overwhelmed. Chance to evade attacks based on agility. Ranks at 15. You'll be seeing Evasive pop up a lot. So there we go on that on agility. And lastly, we've got to look at the 15. Grim Reaper Sprint. Any kills in fact restores action points based on your luck. So the action points, the more enemies you have around you, the more you're clipping people, the more you're getting rid of people. Boom, boom, boom. The action points are regenerating infinitely. So if you're in a chaos situation, there's too many enemies around you, that AP is not going down. You've already got tons of benefits already for your AP. We've got the better criticals, that fact criticals now do plus 100% damage. Ricochet, gain a chance to deflect range attacks based on luck. Class Freak, the negative effects of mutations are reduced by 75%. Mutations are quite negative, so you want to reduce those negativities. We've got critical savage, critical hits now consume 55% of your critical meter. Still have junk shield on. A lot of people don't, but I keep that junk shield on because I like that extra damage resistance. We want to be a ghoul, we want to be a tank, and we want to be a damage dealer. So gain resistance based on your luck and the amount of junk held. Faulty spots, another ghoul card here. Weak point damage is increased by 15%, and that is your perk cards. As you can see, there's a lot of quality of life, and there's a lot of damage being dealt at the same time, and it's a nice fats build. But you don't have to use fats, but we're using fats for that extra AP, and that AP, well, why waste it? Because it's perfect. So you can pause right here if you want. That is your perk cards. Let's go into weapons and armor on this build now. That is your Ghoulish Commando for 2026, or Ghoul Commando. I just like calling it Ghoulish. So as you can see, we've got a new HP bar here, and I'll show you because one of the perk cards means that you take less. You need to take less toxic goo to regain that HP bar. So as you can see, let's go to aid. Is it in aid? Glowing blood there is one of them. But let's go to food. Where are you? Toxic. Super toxic. Toxic goo there. As you can see, watch. 198. 198 again. And you're filling that up and you're using less. So where we'll go to run the test as well at West Tech at our boys in green, I'll show you where you can spam gain this toxic goo. And you can carry plenty of it without costing too much. So there we go on that. We also have a feral meter now, what we need to keep up at all times, which isn't too hard. So I carry an abundance of meds, or, you know, we can't use the word on YouTube because, you know, it's a bad word, but visit your local dealer and you can definitely get some buff out and buff tats, and that'll fill your feral meter back up so you stay there, but it will reduce your radiation bar, so you just put that back up and you got all the benefits back there. That is the explanation there on your 2 new bars, your new radiation bar and your new feral bar. It's like 2 health bars there, so you see the feel the tankiness of it all. And the feral meter doesn't go down that quickly, but do maintain it. It's easier to maintain than a 101st bar, believe it or not. It's so much easier than the Overeaters, because Overeaters will be leaving in the next stage of the meta, so there will be a lot of benefits to be a ghoul next. So we'll see what changes happen. But let's get into the weapon, our weapon of choice. Oh, we need to repair our weapon. We are using, obviously, the Furious Elder's Mark. It's going to be rapid as well, and it's going to be a FATS optimized and a Conductors. I'll explain that now. The Furious is a +5 damage per onslaught stat plus 9 max stats. We've got the +25% weapon speed on there, so pushing out those bullets quicker. We've got the -35% action point cost, meaning more AP for us. So when we are in the FATS, we still retain a lot of our AP at all times. We have the Conductors. Critical hits restore 10% health and action points instantly, and 100 more over 5 seconds for players and teammates within a 100-foot radius. That's fantastic. Do you realise that's fantastic? It's infinite AP, especially when you're in a group, and even outside a group, it's still infinite AP. And look at it, it's great. We'd have the standard receiver on there because we want to keep that AP cost down to a 7 for our FATS. We've got the short light barrel, we've got the recoil composite stock, large quick eject drum so we can get rid of it and reload as quick as possible. We've got the glow sights so we can still keep that AP cost right up there. And we've got the glow sights and the suppressor. You don't really need a suppressor, but if you are sneaking around on this build, a suppressor will help for that extra sneak damage. A lot of people do use the sneak ghoul, but you know something, why be sneaky when you can be out in the open? And that is the Elder's Mark, what I use now. We could use a Dom Pedro on here. I may take a Dom Pedro with us on this build as well for the weapon. We'll see. But we'll go for the Elder's Mark right now. And that is the Elder's Mark. Let's go to the armor. The biggest difference is my armor on this build. It's extremely tanky armor on this build. And as you can see with the overall rating with my armor, we've got a 903 damage resistance, 888 energy resistance, 445 radiation resistance. We are using Secret Service, so it is high on there. And I think that's why people use a lot of armor what is on the lower end of the spectrum. But I preferred Secret Service for extra tankiness because we are a daily driver build. And we do want to do those raids if we want to. So there we go. Let's go through armor. It's a bit more complicated, the armor this time, because I've changed it up completely. So we're using Vanguards instead of Overeaters. Grants up to 35% energy resistance and damage resistance to higher your health, meaning the radiation itself. That health's all the way up, it's at a +35, so currently it's at 35, so getting that extra stack on top for each piece. So the damage resistance is amazing. Our second star, instead of intelligence this time around as normal, we're having that agility for that extra AP on top as well. More AP, the better quality of life we're going to have in this build, and the more APs, more we can spend in FATS, and the quicker we get rid of the enemies. We've got a true hiker on a 3-star across the board on this build. Just because we'll be carrying a lot of food, irradiated food, and we'll be carrying a lot of chems as well, just to keep that feral meter down, so that's extremely important. Drink isn't really necessary, but, you know, we're not eating and drinking really anymore, we're just irradiating ourselves. And on the 4th star, we have the tanky, plus 200% damage resistance for 10 seconds while standing still for that extra stack of damage resistance. We have the butt rest and deep pocketed across the board as well. There's just a couple of star changes across the way. That is the chest piece. Let's start off on the first leg. It has the intelligence on there for that extra XP buff, but it is still Vanguards. We have a runners, what will be changing all the time. Sprinting action points cost reduced by 20%. It will help us because obviously, you know, we need that AP. And on the next leg, we have intelligence again, but that is true hikers as well. Tankies again for that extra 200% damage resistance. Now it's stacked at 400, butt rest and deep pocketed. Next, we have another agility on that second star. It's still Vanguards, it's still true hikers, and we've got another tanky for that 600 damage resistance while standing still. So the agility is skyrocketing now. Agility is huge now. And then finally, we have endurance for that extra HP on top. So we're going to buff ourselves out with a little bit more HP. But we have true hikers, Vanguards, and limit breaker. Each worn armor piece reduces the cost of critical hits by 10%. 50% in a full stack. So I'm just taking advantage there. I will more than likely down the line, when I can afford to do it, is make more endurance and more agility mods, maybe more agility for that extra AP, for that infinite AP, but that is all the armor I'll be using on this build. So yeah, fantastic. So that is the weapons and armor, but first we'll go back to stats and we're going to look at mutations and we're going to look at the benefit of being a ghoul as well. So we've got 100% disease resistance, meaning we'll never get a disease ever again, and that is the benefits of being a ghoul right here coming through. We're extremely uncharismatic on this, but that is the case there. Boo-hoo. We've got the radiation heals, so we're being healed by radiation now. We have got the Vanguard at the Vanguard armor at the plus 35 across the board on damage, energy, resistance, straight across the board on all pieces of armor there. So the feral meter, as you can see there, the feral, we're currently at wonderful, so we are a wonderful ghoul right now. I hope it stays that way. At a plus 3 endurance, that extra health, plus 30% XP, and the extra strength on top as well. So there you go on that. The perks of being a ghoul right there. It's fantastic. So let's go into the mutations. I know we've done stuff a bit backwards this time around, but I felt like changing it up this time around, so don't worry about that. But remember, on the ghoul there, that will decrease over time, so we start to lose these benefits. So make sure you're keeping that feral meter to the top. We don't want to break. We don't want to fall apart. So let's go into the mutations on this build. I'll be really quick on this and just call out the positives. We've got adrenaline reaction, plus 5 damage per kill by a kill streak. Bird bones at minus 45% fall speed, plus the 4 agility on top of there, so perfect for this build. Minus 9% fall damage. Eagle eyes at the plus 50% critical damage, plus 4% perception. Egghead at a 6% intelligence. Electrically charged with 5% chance to deal 25% energy damage to melee attackers. Grounded at a plus 100 energy resistance. Healing factor at a plus 3% health regen. We are herbivore for the extra veggie and immunity to disease and rats-run veggies. We've got the herd mentality, marsupial at a plus 20% carry weight, plus 3% jump height, scaly skin at a plus 50% energy resistance and damage resistance across the board, speed demon at a plus 30% reload speed, plus 30% move speed, and plus 30% hunger first while moving. That is your mutations on that. You can go through there, stop whenever you want. Feel free to pause. That's why I always like to scale back really quick so you can enjoy that. And there you go, there are your mutations. Let's go into the perk card effects. Let's see what the perk cards are doing in the background. We have plenty of perk cards as usual. So let's run through them right now. For the perk card effects, plus 23% fast accuracy, barbarian at plus 6% damage resistance, plus 20% damage versus far targets, easy target plus 75% damage versus crippled, evasive at a plus 8% evasion chance, Eye of the Hunter, plus 25% fast accuracy, food spoil rate down at 90%, ironclad at a foot plus 50% armor bonus, 113 damage resistance and energy resistance on jump shield, as you can see there, extra tanky. Life Giver at a plus 300%, 35% HP, Modern Renegade plus 75% limb damage, Packing Light at a plus 25% HP regen, real important for this build, Ricochet at my plus 21% deflect chance, Strong Back at a plus 39% carry weight, Tormentor at a plus 20% of damage per crippled limb your target has. They are the perk effects on this. It's really nice, as you can see. This is the Ghoulish Commando build, and let's get into testing now. What did you think? I like it. I've really enjoyed it the past couple of days running this build, and I just want to see where we can go with it. I think we're going to stick to this right now. As you can see, we are carrying a lot of edges. Let's just drop that spoil for that. Let's just get rid of that. Let's take a chem, let's take a buff tap to buff those stats up nice and high there. Let's get that blood on us. Oh, it's locked, sorry about that. Let's relock it, plus 59%, we're ready to go. We got the fix there, satisfies large amount of feral, just in case. Let's go and see our boys in green and really test out this build. And I'll go show you as well where you can gain some toxic goo, but we'll go do the showcase for the damage and the quickness of this build first, and then we'll go back and I'll show you where you can gain some more toxic goo. So let's go and see our boys in green, and I'll let you enjoy the showcase. Let's go. As you can first see there, look at the AP bar, we've lost nothing. Boost straight up, infinite AP, fantastic. Let's clear this room out now. Let's keep going. I'll see you at the end. So as you can see, there's some real damage being dealt there. So at this moment in time, I'm going to show you where you can actually spam collect your toxic goo. And look where we are. We are in a location where you can spam collect your toxic goo. And let's do it right now. Just keep spamming. It's one of the best places to collect your toxic goo. And because you only need to use 2 or 3 to fill up the rad bar. So look, spam, spam, spam. That is where you can collect your toxic goo. And that'll be under food and drink. And look, loads. Filled that bar back up. So yeah, just right here from the entrance. Perfect. That's your toxic goo there. Spam collect right here. Best thing to take. It's really easy to gain. And you know something? You don't really need to worry. So let's clear out the rest of this room. The rest of the rooms. Let's go and see our boys in green and show them what sort of a ghoul we really are. So let's keep going. Look at 974 headshot there. Beautiful. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. You're seeing the high-end damage we're doing. Did you see that? Did you see the high level amount of damage we're doing on this build? 974 on a critical hit. We never ever ran out of AP. That is the real infinite AP there. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing a lot of build videos at the moment where they're saying you've got infinite AP, but we never lost anything there. So like, especially as a daily driver, you'd never really run out of it. So let's run another test. Let's go to a grunt hunt and actually see what this build's like against endgame content. So like, for example, higher level grunts. So let's see what sort of, if the AP is still really good at that point as well. Yeah, but as you can see, look, this is a fantastic ghoul build. This is the Ghoul Commando for 2026. And I really think we're making huge strides here. I think we've really made something special with this build. Oh, we're better than him. We're better than Cooper Howard now. Why worry about him? So let's go and see where it is spawned. I bet it's in one of my least favourite areas. Oh, it's Hamley Run Camp. It's not too bad. I like this area. So let's go and try it at end game piece content and see if what I'm saying is true. And see if it really does work well. Alright. End game content. Last section of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave likes. Please leave me feedback. Please let me know what's going wrong with this build. If it's good, if it's bad, let me know. Oh, it's a resilient. And look at AP. Shooting back up. As you can, we're invincible. Are we dying? No. Beautiful. Look at that critical damage. And we've only lost a little bit of health. And straight there, straight back up. Wonderful. That is our Ghoul Commando build and a piece of end game content there as well. And, you know, the feral meter's still up. I've not lost that much on the feral meter. We're still there. It's fantastic. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Please like. Please comment. Please tell me which perk cards you would change, which perk cards you could leave out, and which perk cards you would replace it with. Because you know something, this is a brand new Ghoul video. I'm learning, you're learning, and there's not enough of these Ghoul videos out here. They're just mainly for raiding, and we need more for daily drivers and roaming around it. So thank you very much, Rangers, and I'll see you in the next video.